Okay, wheel talk video. It might be a little bit of a mind bender, a little bit, but look at these wheels. Hey, everything matches, even the rotors. Okay. And the rear one as well. And then look at this one here. Do you notice any difference apart from the color? I'll tell you, hint, the wheel cap. Now, if you look at this one here, and then you jump to the back, does this bother you? To me, yes, it does bother me. It bothers me that the wheel caps are not uniform front to back. So what I usually do with things like this sometimes is I pick whatever my orientation is going to be. So for a wheel like this 7-spoke, it's pretty easy for me to get this Mount Fuji and aim it towards the valve stem. And then the JWL down here, you know, it seems, so the orientation is Mount Fuji towards the valve stem. That's up for me. Go to this other wheel, and pretty much the same thing. This is how I know I've dealt with these wheels, I've played with them, and I've done whatever I can. Okay, you see that? All right, cool. So if you're the kind of person who's bothered by such stuff, by orientation, uniformity, what do you do for a wheel like this? This is the 7-spoke, it's a 7-spoke wheel, so it might be a little hard to balance something like this on it, right? For example. And my default most times is to go upwards will be the valve stem, right? You've seen that. So up is a valve stem. But how do you keep that uniform from wheel to wheel? In my case, I just said, hey, the up direction is going to be the valve stem, right? But there's nothing else that I can use for centering, really. So what I'm going to do is use this right here, right? Over the raise, this one here, not even this one, because I mean, it's a 6-spoke wheel with a 5-hole lug pattern, and you're trying to balance things out. It's going to be a little tricky. So we've got this. That's what I'm going for, and that's what I've done for every other wheel over here. Probably does not bother anybody else, but it's going to make a difference for me when I look at them. So here we go. Have it aligned, you know, see that, right? And it's kind of tricky with the Nissan one. You might not really notice it. You might have it upside down. Well, does it matter when it's spinning? No, probably not. But as I said, as much attention as we're paying into this minor deal, we're allowed to be petty about what we choose to be petty about. All right, so there you go. This one is aligned this way. Snap. Now, someone else might say, you know, the orientation doesn't bother me as much as the black against the bronze background. And to that I say, you know what? Yeah, you can go for it. It's an interesting thing. Cosmetics don't bother me as much as they could, but geometry does. Geometry, symmetry, and things like that. So here though, this is one thing I noticed. The person I bought the wheels from went through the trouble of powder coating or somehow coating the center caps bronze or brown. You can never really get them to match. Painting metal, painting plastic, powder coating the metal. I've had powder coated plastic before, but the guy I deal with right now doesn't want to do that. But as you can see, they're not really the same. There's a little bit of offness over there. And I said, hey, you know what? Instead of spending time and money trying to make that work, I'm just going to keep an OEM color. And I kind of learned from selling to my brother. He wanted black, and he wanted black caps with nothing else, you know, just blank. I was like, you know what? Hey, we'll make that work. So that kind of gave me an idea. In a way, he's the first person that I know of, I'm not saying no one else has done it, with the bronze chrome GTR Black Edition wheels. So a lot of learning, looking at his car and saying, okay, that looks good. No, maybe we should change this, change that. So yeah, for what it's worth, this is it. So I'm going to go ahead and take pictures and we'll be posting this for sale. Okay.